Welcome, viewer. Uh, this is Bard's Tale, Tales of the Unknown. That would be the first Bard's Tale. And this is the version for the NES. Now, I've seen some versions before. I've seen some videos of just some gameplay videos on YouTube, but just in a cursory glance, I did not see any Let's Plays. So I'm thinking about doing a Let's Play of this. I've played through some of this, though I didn't beat it before. I played through some of it on the NES, and so I mean, I would need to consult like a strategy guide to some extent, just to know where to go and whatnot. But I feel relatively confident with the general, and I think actually that the Bard's Tale for the NES is a little easier, if I recall, than the Bard's Tale for the computer, because it's, if I recall, it's kind of simpler in terms of navigating and things like that, because you needed like the map and whatever before. I'm not doing a good job of explaining things, but anyway, you have these different classes you can be. It's fairly typical for this kind of multi-character RPG that you that was around this time. So, you know, the warrior, that's obvious, doesn't need much explanation. Rogue, I'm pretty sure you want one of those. I don't remember much about the hunters, but I think they might be kind of like the kind of like rangers in D&D or something. Bards, it's Bard's Tale, so obviously you're gonna want one. They have some pretty good songs, if I recall correctly. One of the best things is it's a relatively low cost. All they have to do is go to the bar and drink. Although in the NES version, I don't think they call it drinks, cause you know, Nintendo, whatever. But they affect the whole party. A lot of them. I'm gonna have to. I mean, that's one place where the somebody's walkthrough is gonna come in handy, just telling me like what is what in terms of Bard songs. There's some difference between sorcerers and wizards. I'll have to look that up. I'll refresh my memory. This is just the reason I'm making this video, is just kind of like to test the water. I just want to put this out there, and maybe I probably won't, because people don't really care about my videos right now, which I can't blame them. But, you know, if I happen to get a couple comments, that would be helpful to know whether or not people really want to see a Let's Play of this. But I'm still doing a couple other Let's Plays, so it's going to be a while before I actually get around to doing one of these. So, I mean, you could create a character. I think you can roll, like in other things. You have to just go through it. It's kind of like... It's not the most fun of character creation schemes, then. It's a little nicer when you have, like, the ability to just re-roll your stats rather than... I hate having to re-select options before doing it. It's just that much more monotony, but... whatever, you know. I think there's not even any pre-rolled characters. I don't have anybody in my party. Anyway, so... relatively limited color palette here, but I've seen worse NES games. And I mean, I don't think there's much else to show. We can't leave the guild or anything. Yep. I don't believe there's any in-game intro or anything. This is the sort of game where you would have to read the book to learn basically the plot. But I think basically you're in Skara Brae, and I can't remember the guy's name, but there's this one dude who, and this sounds pretty stupid, I'm a moron for even explaining it this way, but there's this dude who basically runs the town, and you know, he's a douche, he needs to go, but he's, you know, nobody can do it. It's it's not going to be easy. So it's up to us, and pretty much in classic RPG style, we have to put together a party and kick some butt all over town. And you know, I'm looking forward to it. If anybody wants to see it, or you know, if anybody can confirm that it hasn't been done before, which is kind of surprising to me. I don't know why all the neglect for these old games. I was thinking about doing one for Magic Candle 2 also, although I've never played that one as much. I'd prefer to do this one. I think it would just be simpler because I can do it with a controller. Anyway, so that's it. Just, I guess, hopefully I'll get some response, get some input on this. So, maybe next time, viewer, a couple weeks from now, I'll see you for a Let's Play of Bard's Tale on the NES.